birthday Act Now. I'm Carol, I'm campaign manager for Act Now. Act Now is 1 year old this month, and it came into life after Ivan Carrera and I had discussions before July last year of how we needed to have a group that was going to fight the cuts and the benefit changes as one body and not individuals. We'd both been campaigning individually, but we realised we needed a much bigger effort if we were going to make any difference to what was coming our way. So after the budget last year, we formed Act Now, Autism Campaigners Together. And since then, we've worked really hard with a great deal of support from the autism community, and I think we've proved that the autism community can pull together when it's something that affects all of us. During the last year, we have created around about 16 regional Act Now groups. We've got 21 coordinators and some 10,000 supporters, and I don't think in a year that's a bad achievement. I think we're doing really well. We've made quite an impression so far, but there's a long way to go. The cuts are really starting to bite now. The benefit assessments are creating a lot of fear in the hearts of our adults with autism, and this is something we need to address. I think we've got quite a strong voice, and there are quite a few people around the world who have trodden the same path as us, and one well-known American activist called Ed Roberts is quite famous for saying, "When you let other people speak for you, you lose." Well, through Act Now we have a voice. What we don't have at the moment is people who are effectively listening to us, and I think we need to try and make our case stronger and let people see we're not going to go away and that we're going to stick around and fight our corner really hard. At the end of the day, we live with this 24/7. We don't clock off at 5 o'clock. We have this life 24 hours every day, and therefore who better to put forward the concerns that we have in our lives. We are the ones that's living our lives. We have a very strong core group at the moment. Teresa works extremely hard, just about 24 hours a day, putting things onto the internet and making sure that our letters and everything get sent out. Mavourneen works very hard as well, collecting information for us. And Anna is like a whirlwind, and she publicises Act Now absolutely everywhere. We're going to go from strength to strength, and we need more supporters, because the more people we have speaking as one voice, the more chance we have of being heard.
Hi, I'm Teresa. I am Administrator and Scotland Coordinator for Act Now Autism Campaigners Together. We are now celebrating our first birthday, and to mark the occasion we are launching a YouTube channel, and we are also releasing videos that we've asked our coordinators across the UK and our supporters to take part in, some of which I'm sure you will find very moving and others you'll find very informative, so I hope you stay tuned to find out more. I joined Act Now in January as Scotland Coordinator and found myself very quickly getting more involved, and am now Administrator. I find it very fulfilling and not at all demanding to be putting out there information which is helping the autism community keep abreast of the changes that the government are planning. But it's also fantastic because I've got to meet, through Facebook, some wonderful people who are very passionate about what they do. Carol, our campaign manager, has an awful lot on her plate. She's very busy, and she is really the linchpin that holds us all together at Act Now. She is, of course, a core founder, along with Anna Kennedy, who is still an active participant in the campaign. She, again, has an awful lot to live with, but is very passionate about our cause. And Mavourneen too. Mavourneen is our information officer. She is very busy. She also works very closely with MenCap. And so together we are living with autism 7 days a week, but we're also fighting and working really hard to get as much information out there as possible. We're really grateful to all of our supporters who regularly contact MPs on our behalf. We have nearly 10,000 supporters now, and we really are very grateful to every single one of you for anything that you do, even You might think it's insignificant and very small, but we really do appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Act Now. I can't believe it's been a year since Act Now was formed. Carol Rutherford and I are the original core members, and I met Carol, who's the campaign manager, on Facebook, and she's a phenomenal lady. She's obviously leading a very difficult life, but both her and I have quite same minds, and we are avid campaigners of people, of children, of adults who are on the autistic spectrum, and supporting families, because we've got the t-shirt. We know how difficult it is to try and get the right type of provision for our children.
Hello, my name is Mavourneen. Happy birthday to Act Now, Autism Campaigners Together. It's hard to believe it's a year since the start of it all. I was invited to join Act Now by co-founder Carol Rutherford several months ago, and since then I have been given the role of Information Officer. Carol, along with Anna Kennedy, are co-founders of Act Now. Carol is our campaign manager, and it is her, along with Teresa, our administrator, who put together the documents campaigning against the cuts that are taking place at the moment, or in the process of being put in place. That is, changes to welfare, health, education and other services affecting autistic children and adults. Many of these documents have been sent to MPs to let them know that we are not going to just sit by and let all these changes affecting vulnerable members of our society take place without some kind of a fight. The WCA, for instance, is wholly inadequate and does not take into account invisible conditions such as autism. To put it bluntly, it is not fit for purpose. We are currently campaigning to ensure that measures are put in place to ensure that people with autism are not unfairly treated. We are strongly advising that autistic people are allowed to have advocates at their WCA appointments. The government seem hell-bent in breaking a system that worked. We have to ensure that they sit up and take notice when we tell them that what they are doing is illegal and against everything decent in our society.